morning, respected Superior, Sister Jessie Thomas, Reverend Sister Sania Rosemary, the Principal, respected Vice Principal Sister Serafina, teachers, and all my fellow Marians. Today we, the members of Red House, are here to commemorate the feast of our beloved patron Laura Vicuna. Proposed as a model of evangelical coherence, Laura Vicuna is known as a patron of abuse victims, having herself experienced physical abuse. Our house motto, Sacrifice in Love, is based on her divine sacrifice and love. Her feast day is celebrated on January 22nd every year, and she was beatified on September 3rd, 1988. So let us get to know a bit more about this blessed saint. Now I would like to call upon the school representative to present a live sketch of Laura Vicuna.
Laura Vicuna was born on 5th April 1891 in Santiago, Chile to Jose Domingo and Mercedes Pino. But soon after Domingo died, Mercedes, with her two daughters, went to live in Argentina. In order to finance her daughter's education, Mercedes took a job in a hostel. The owner of the hostel, Manuel Mora, propositioned Mercedes, promising to pay for Laura's education in exchange. Laura soon entered the Daughters of Mary Help of Christian School, where, under the care of the nuns, she began to take a deep interest in Catholic faith. Laura was disliked by her classmates because of her deep religious interest, but she had one good friend to whom she confided her desire to become a nun. During one of her school vacations, Laura was beaten twice by Manuel Mora because he wanted her to forget about becoming a nun and thereby stopped paying for her education. But Laura held to her desire. And one day, remembering the phrase of Jesus, "No one has greater love than to give up one's life for one's friend," Laura decided to give her life in exchange for her mother's salvation. As time passed by, she became seriously ill with pulmonary tuberculosis, and on 22nd January 1904, Laura passed away, weakened by the physical abuse she received previously from Mora. Every year, her feast day is celebrated on 22nd January. Laura made an oblation of her life to God at the age of 13, and on June 5, 1986, she was declared venerable. And as the famous saying of Laura goes, suffer silently and smile always. Thank you.
Now I will call upon Reverend Sister Superior to enlighten us with her holy words.
Dear sisters, teachers, and my dear young people, today we honor a young girl who reached the height of society, Blessed Laura Vicuna. And if you look at her life, she lived a very ordinary life, but a life rich in God's love. And she got education as the one who read out already her life sketch. She was admitted in the Salesian Sisters School, like any one of you are studying the Salesian Sisters, and got that education. And the moment she entered that school, there she began her life in holiness. Her only desire was how to please God, to keep the virtue of purity. The virtue of purity is the virtue that is most pleasing in the sight of God. So she lived always in the presence of God, thinking of God, doing everything for the love of God. And we know as we listen to her stories, we know what made her to suffer the most, the life of her mother, because of poverty, because of problems, version of her mother, that one day her mother will leave aside that sinful life and turn to God in the better life and keep herself pure in the sight of God. And she prayed constantly for her mother. And I don't want to say the entire story of it because it is everywhere available. So I just in short just to say that Laura prayed constantly for conversion of her mother. And before her death, the mother said, my child, I will return to my life, normal life, good life. I changed my old ways. That made Laura to feel so happy, so contented, so peaceful. And she died thinking that her mother also saved. And now we honor her this great saint of ours, living an example for us to live a pure life. My dear children, here this saint also is more as your age, 13-year-old, reach the life of sanctity. That means every one of us can become a saint. Not doing big things, not doing extraordinary things, but doing the little things for pleasing God alone, not anyone else. Let us not do things to please our parents, to please our teachers, to please our sisters now. Let us do everything that will please our God, the Almighty God. And our Vicuna did that, and she became a saint and honored by all of us, all over the world. Every Salesian school today honoring this saint of ours, this young girl who showed the example of living a pure life. So I wish all of us, and especially our young children, that look at Laura Vicuna. A girl so pretty, isn't it? Looking so beautiful her face, but more beautiful is her soul, because she kept her soul pure only for God, not for anybody else. So let us follow her example and ask her, pray to her to keep us always pure in the sight of God. And one of her saying is what she practiced. She said, she suffers silently and smiles always.
Compassion which is useless. You express something like this. It's a compassion that makes us put our hands into our pockets and give something to the poor. But if Christ had that kind of compassion, he would have greeted a couple of people, given them something and walked on. But if it was only when he was able to cry that he understands something of our lives. Dear students, today's world does not know how to cry. The marginated people, those left to one side are crying. Those who are discarded are crying. But we don't understand much about these people in need. Certain realities of life we only see through eyes cleansed by our teachers. I invite each one of you to ask yourself, have I learned how to weep? Have I learned how to weep for the marginated, or for a street child who has a drug problem, or for an abused child? Unfortunately, there are those who cry because they want something else. This is the first thing I want to say. Let us learn how to weep as she has shown us today, and let us not forget this lesson. The great question of why so many children suffer, she did this in tears. The response that we can make today is, let us really learn how to weep. Today, as we celebrate the feast of Blessed Laura Vicuna, let us ask her to bless all our suffering children who suffer grievously. Thank you and God bless.